Hello, gentle viewers. This is Avindian, welcoming you back to Startup Company with Only Peaks, the only video site on the internet devoted entirely to sharing videos of guinea pigs. And today we're going to work on our own hosting. Um, Now I have a bit of a bone to pick with this particular milestone in the game because you genuinely don't need to host your own stuff for quite a while. You can actually get by just fine just off of creating instances. Um, and without this milestone, I would probably not bother. But here we are. I also want to check and make sure that we do have a new contract, and we do. That's brilliant. It's going to us almost 60 grand a day. And now we reach the other criticism I have about the game. I really strongly detest marketing in this game. It Beyond the initial stage, it just doesn't drive enough traffic to your website. And I don't know if that's just because I'm not using the marketing system to its fullest potential, but it's really expensive. And the game is like, just put more money into it. And that's fine, but it also means that you hemorrhage money for most of the game. Um, until your website is so powerful that you're earning like 200 grand off of your uh, features. And that's just, it's a part of the game I don't care for. And if there is a weakness in this game, it's that there's no other easy way to draw traffic to your site. Now, you're always going to get a certain amount of people coming to your site as long as the website itself is good. And that's great. Um, but we also have the other issue, which is that at a certain point, they'll just get tired of certain features, and it's really hard to add more. Um, so, though, if I had one big complaint about the game, though, it's not hosting, it's marketing. Marketing itself is meant to be interactive and exciting and fun in this game, and I just think it falls a bit short. That's enough about me complaining about the game. Let's actually talk about the game itself. Um, Doing your own hosting is pretty straightforward, actually. First thing we need to do is we need to build a rack. We have not researched any of those, but here we go. And this gives me a rack and a temperature fan. Um, which can help us make better, more efficient cooling. So here's our rack, and then there are three kinds of servers, and we just have to add the servers and then configure them. So what we want to do is we need 2500 CU. Are you kidding me? I have to spend more research to actually unlock servers? That is so dumb. Alright. So I guess we're going to let the game run for a bit until I have enough research to actually run the silly thing. Why am I doing Alt-Tab? I don't know why I did that. I do like that button, though. That's really helpful, and it takes you from any building you own to any other building you own. You guys could both be happier, but I'm not terribly concerned about it. The thing is, since I always need UI elements, I don't know that I can afford to send you on vacation unless we get a third designer. Maybe that's where we are right now. Maybe I need a third designer. And then that way I have surplus so that I can send people like Calvin Saunders on vacation so they don't get grumpy. You're never happy. And here's the silliest thing about the game. It is absolutely absurd. System administrators become entirely worthless after you start your own hosting. Because, as you can see here, there's all these wonderful, complex, interesting servers, and system administrators don't actually help with that. They don't actually help you run the hosting building, so we might as well just fire him. At least as far as I know. It may be that's something they become more useful later on in the game. Who knows? But yeah, I think we've reached the point where we need another designer. Um, and we've got plenty of room for them, so let's build a desk here. And let me switch myself back into recruiting mode. Sorry guys, if you thought you were going to get a job. And then let's hire another designer, and we'll do all the research. There we go. And that is, I think, one of the interesting parts of the game that I really like, is that the game incentivizes you, because of the way the mood decreases over time, to have additional people working. Because if it weren't for mood, I could run on this setup pretty much indefinitely. And now, oh dear, Jeremy here is pretty upset. I think it's time to do a tiny bit of an exploit here. It's not really an exploit. Because here's the thing. We still get the contract, even if he's not there, as long as he exists. So that means I can pretty much send him on vacation anytime I want to, and it won't hurt our bottom line. Same thing for you. Have a 3-day weekend. I'm not really bothered by you either. Alright. So with you guys on vacation, that should improve your mood. You guys can go a little bit longer. Once they drop below 50 is kind of where you reach panic level, because then they might decide that they want to quit. Gordon Norris called in sick. That lazy jerk. And I don't know what makes people call in sick. I don't know if that's a game function or if that's just, like a sign that I'm not happy with my job, so I'm going to pretend that I'm sick even though I'm not. We could also research better designers. We could go for intermediate or even experts, but frankly, those are kind of expensive. I'm going to manually take over Virgie Gregory's salary expectations. Because one thing I want to show you, if you buy someone outright, it guarantees that you hire them, but you also generally pay more than you would if you just negotiated. And I do like negotiating. 3,500 bucks. Let's jump up to 5 grand. Now, we're probably going to end up paying her a little bit more, but I'm going to offer her a signing bonus of 10 grand. And it still came down just a bit, because we have a lot of money in the bank right now. And I would very much prefer not to have a high monthly salary for her. And she took it. Very nice. And then you. And I just want you to work on Blueprint, graphics, UI. I just want you constantly working. And this now gives me the flexibility to send people on vacation if I need to, like Calvin Saunders. Because I have so much money right now, I'm okay with just giving them both a bonus. But yeah. Let's check the employee window here. Oh, it doesn't let you look at all the demands. That's a shame. It's not the end of the world, but it is a bit of a shame. Because this means I can't instantly see what I need to do to make people happier. That'd be a pretty nice thing to have, like a graph or something that says X% of my employees want this benefit before I think about unlocking it. C'est la vie. We're worth over $1 million. Nice. And Leo Gibson called in sick. Who's Leo again? Alright. We're waiting right now basically to get 100 research points. Let's upgrade our video by 3 times. Because you'll always drive kind of native traffic. And what do I mean by native traffic? I mean, you'll always get more people coming to the site as the site itself is nicer, even if you have no marketing. I think one of the things we need to do is I think we need to be a little bit more aggressive about marketing to certain people so that we get a better conversion rate. Because that's why you do research. So I'm going to go ahead and actually stop this program. And we're going to start a new one. And this is just warning me, I don't know if this is a good idea. Let's say for men that are 26 to 50 years old, and we're going to promote the landing page, and we're going to start a new campaign. And then once we hit 10% audience reach, we can then have our marketeer do some research and find out for sure what's going on. There's our 100 points. I know we didn't talk about going viral. Viral just happens every now and again, and it's pretty great when it does, because you just get a bunch of new users. Alright. So now we unlock the server pack number 1. So, we're going to come over here, and we're going to pick Add Device, and we have 3 choices. We have the small web server, the small cache server, and the small database server. And we're going to buy one of each. And then we're going to come mass configure, and we're going to hit configure. This is the other thing that sysadmins do, is they help us actually configure the servers. And now we see that we generate 2,800 CUs, computer units, which is pretty good. And we're also told where the bottleneck is. And this explains what we need to do to make things even better. But we're going to go one step further in this. Because as you'll see here, in order to license these virtual servers, we're paying quite a bit of money. If I shut them all down, we'll actually save money in the future. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to remove all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to add 2 more server racks. It says web server, and then it's going to say database. And then we'll do mass configure. And now we should have more than enough hosting for us to be a long time. And now our big issue is we need to start generating profit. And I can do this anytime I want by simply canceling the marketing campaign. Actually, not quite. We're not quite there yet. We're going to need to address that by getting an even better marketing deal. What is going on here? How are you telling me that I have no CU? Did I configured them, right? Yeah, I have 5,000 CU. I have loads of hosting. Oh, here's the problem. I need to set that to 100%. That's right, because then that tells me, yeah. That makes perfect sense. That was the problem. So the website was actually down for a bit. Yikes. That's okay, though. I no longer care about the hosting. I'm just going to keep an eye on this number here, and it'll tell me how aggressively the server's being used. And here we go. This is a couple people trying to look at amazing guinea pig videos and the server was down because I didn't click a button. That's on me. How's the marketing campaign? We still haven't even reached 0% of the audience. It's gonna take a while, obviously, because the reach is pretty big. That's fine though. We'll get there. The next thing we need to do is we need to start making sure that we do, because I've got loads of these things. I need user feedback and I need surveys, which I think is all that I'll need in order to get the report on this. Oh no, I literally can't run both of them because I don't have intermediate marketers. Oh dear. Well, this is dumb. I'm not gonna promote him. I'm just gonna cancel this campaign. And I'm gonna start it again, and I'm only gonna say, hey, what do men think about this stuff? And then here we just need user feedback and phone interviews. That's far more realistic. So let's have you make some of that. Because I don't want high-powered marketing campaigns until I'm sure that they're going to be a big benefit to me. Now, we are regularly doing in excess of 400,000 impressions. We're not quite at 500,000, but I think we'll get there soon. And it looks like 460,000. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to reject all of these. And we're going to look at 500,000 impressions. And don't even talk to me unless you're going to pay me for 300,000. I could just type in what I want, but I think that's sufficient. And let's see how this works. The other thing we can do to increase revenue is just get better ads. But the better your ads, it's actually bad because it increases the percentage of people who use ad blockers. Let's do that. And I'm trying to hold off on upgrading the landing page until the video functionality catches up with it. Alright, are we getting good offers? Now, here's how to think about how the math works out. This looks like it's a pretty bad deal, and it kind of is, to be honest with you. Because, yes, they're paying me for more impressions, but the cost per thousand is actually lower. By quite a lot. I can probably negotiate them to close to $4 per thousand. This is not a good contract. I'm going to flat out say no. If you're not even going to offer me $3 per thousand, just don't even talk to me. Yeah, user growth right now is pretty crap. And part of it is it's just taking an absurdly long time to reach where we need to reach in order to get the insight report. We're getting impressions, which is great. It's just going to take a long time unless I put more money into it. I kind of want to do that. Let's go ahead. It is my birthday, apparently. And I'm still headhunting instead of managing. I'm really bad at that. So bad at that. Go ahead and take control of the lead developers, and let's make them mega fast. And then I'm going to take 10 grand and I'm going to put it in my retirement fund. And let's do it 2 more times. 20 and 30. Now remember, I need 500 grand to even get to average. But we're getting there. One of these things that'll help is eventually buying out my investors' shares. In fact, how much does any of my money go to the investors? It doesn't. That's not how investors work in this game. Oh, the way that investors work is they instead take money out when I pay into my retirement account. which is one of the things that I'm wanting to do. You can also outsource so that we can make some money here by doing stuff for other people, which is pretty good. We can literally have a person do nothing but outsourcing, and that can be another way to earn money. Do you really want to... Oh, you do want to work at an intermediate desk. You know what? Here. Have one. Enjoy. So notice the red and green numbers. We're still losing about $1,500 a month. We really need a better marketing deal. This is a bad deal. This one is interesting. It's actually for about the same number of impressions, but I can probably get them to go about $7 or even higher per thousand. This one might actually be pretty lucrative, but we're going to wait, and we're going to see if we can get one for 400,000 impressions. Right. See, everyone that's wanting 400,000 is drastically cutting their rates. So no. Try again. God damn it, Jeremy. Now, if we're going to want more targeted research, we're going to need a better marketer. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take you off of making stuff, and I'm going to have you start training so you can become an intermediate. Oh, is there anything else we would like to research right now? I could research benefits. I don't love that one. Retirement plans are extremely expensive, and I kind of don't care right now. You can get some nice furniture, but that's down the road a while. We're eventually going to want to include these features, but we need a new framework for that, because our current framework only holds 3 features. And if we get rid of the text ads, we're just going to lose money. Now, the one thing that has never been clear to me is what happens if I replace a feature with a more powerful feature. But we'd have to lay a lot of groundwork before we could even think about making sharing functionality. So we're not there yet. And we won't be there for quite a while, I don't think. But that's where we are right now. Yeah, video ads are very annoying but very expensive, and banner ads, again, it creates more revenue. And these are all fine. I don't necessarily mind that. We can also do subscriptions as a way to bring in more money. We can have people pay for premium-only PEGs. But basically, we're at the point where I don't want to scrap existing features. I'd rather invest in the long term, which means eventually upgrading to Qt Framework 2. So that's one thing we do with our research. Our hosting is fine. Our features are fine. The office is fine. It's going to take a lot to get to intermediate marketing. I bet it's going to be like 1,000 points. We might want managers eventually, but right now I just don't care. Um, yeah, I'm not really that worried about it. A lot of these things we're talking about are things to worry about for the future. Can I keep upgrading my website? I sure can. Right now, their satisfaction is pretty high, and if we didn't have text ads, it'd be a lot better, but that's okay. We need to make money. I'm sure they understand that. You keep giving me these crappy offers. I don't know if this is a sign that I need to upgrade my sales guy so that he makes better deals, but we're getting like terrible offers, 400,000 plus. Reject this deal and let's try again. Yeah, he's getting these really good deals for really bad money. Um, and plus, we can't even do 490. That's too much. We can't handle that. If I get a single. This is a pretty decent deal, actually. Because even though the cost per thousand will be lower, we're paying for more impressions, which just means more money. Um, we're not getting as good a rate, but this is still. It's pretty okay. I want him to get one more contract, and then if we can't manage it, then we will go from there. I think we'll end up making more money with this particular with friend book. I'm gonna go ahead and commit to not renewing this deal. Oh, here we go. This is the one I've been waiting for. Now all I've got to make sure is that I can draw enough impressions for that. Which means continuing to upgrade video features. I don't have any UI components. Do I not have any developers making those? I only have one developer. We've probably reached the point, again, that we can probably use a second one. Alright, you. I am moving your workstation. You can be with the other people. I'm gonna move you. It would be really cool as a design element in this game if they had it where like people liked other people more, and you could get a speed bonus by having them sit next to each other. That would be a neat little touch. I think. Let's buy a beginner desk. And I'm going to temporarily switch over to being a recruiter. And we're going to hire ourselves a second developer. You could easily rename this game Bottleneck Quest, and it would be accurate. It's what we are looking for in this game. Oh, I know what I was looking for. How can I... I'm trying to remember which button it is. The one that shows you investors. It's normal. Oh, I think you have to... Until you make a profit, the investor tab doesn't even show up. That's right. Alright. How many impressions are we getting a day? We're not quite at 500 grand, but I think we'll get there. I'm going to reject that 300,000 one. Let's look at the current contract just so I can make sure that it's understandable where these come from. So we currently earn 5.5. We earn 550 per thousand impressions. So this means we earn 360 times 550 per day, which is pretty doggone nice. Oh, he wants an intermediate desk, and he'll be way faster if he gets one done. So it means we earn $5.50 times 360 per month, which is right here. Which is great. I'm too late. I don't have my phone with. I do have my phone with me. I want to make sure that I'm getting the math right. I need to charge my phone. Here we go. I really need to charge my phone, but that's neither here nor there. Don't allow, please. My personal phone is elsewhere. Please stop. I don't like iPhones. It's okay. There it is. Alright, so if I'm right, it should be $5.50, 5.5 times. And what's we paying for? 360. This says it should be 1,980. And if I do that times 30, comes up to 59,400, which is exactly how much we make. Perfect. So that is actually a daily price. Because that's how the game calculates income. So this is actually a very, very positive contract. Because I can get close to the same rate, maybe even slightly higher. I can't remember what the base price was on this one. The only thing is we're not delivering the impressions just yet. Until we start delivering those impressions, I don't feel comfortable making that decision. I'm going to let the game run and I'm going to go plug my phone in. I will be back. I am back. Alright. I like this log. It says everything that we do each day. How are we doing here? I need just the tiniest little bit of an oomph. If I can press this by like 5%, I think we'll be in very good shape. And you know what also helps? When you actually hire the developer and then have the developer actually work. Instead of just apparently hiring everybody. I don't need someone who's got crazy levels of speed just yet. So I'm going to try to get someone that we can get for cheap. $3,000, $10,000 signing bonus. Perfect. Actually got her less money by giving her a signing bonus. I love it. And then you're just going to work on UI components and then database and then video. That's going to be your job. So get to work. Let's start checking. You really think you deserve an intermediate desk? You just got hired. Prove that you deserve it, and we'll talk. And then please switch back into manager mode. Thank you kindly. We're on the last day. Can I do another feature upgrade? I can do 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Yes. I know the contract has expired. How many... This is the thing that irritates me the most. If a contract isn't actually running, I can't find out how we did the previous day. I can just reduce the number of impressions ever so slightly. Here's the thing, though. I think we're actually pretty close to achieving this. I'm going to bet on myself. And we're going to negotiate for a higher fee. I'm going to start at $8 per 1,000. We'll never get it, but this is just me trying to read the tea leaves. They increased, but not by a huge amount, which means I'm going to cut this way down to about $6 per 1,000. And you'll notice that they are still increasing their costs, but not by as much. Can I get $5.50 per 1,000? Perfect. We are taking a tiny bit of a gamble right now. Because we haven't delivered 490,000 impressions yet, but maybe we will. We're not quite there. So what this means is we're actually being penalized ever so slightly for not making the contract. We need to get impressions up, and I think now is a great time to start investing in the landing page. I just need a tiny nudge to get us where we need to be. Because, my friends, we were so close last time. You're having a hard time breaking the 478,000 threshold. We're pretty consistently under-fulfilling this. And we're being penalized for it, too. So basically what this means is we're not earning the amount of money that we should be earning because of us underperforming. We're almost there. Can I upgrade video again? Not yet, but I will be able to here in just a second. Probably the next day. This might just be a thing where we just need to make sure that we have... This might just be the game telling me you don't have enough users, and until you have more users, you won't get enough impressions. Because right now we're kind of bottoming out. We're not able to take that extra tiny leap. Okay, we did it yesterday. Yesterday was actually the first day we got over the 500,000 mark. So we're no longer being penalized. And I'm going to turn you into an intermediate guy. Because the contract still operates. I just have to literally have him exist. And I'm going to cancel these. But you're going to be focusing on training so I can get you promoted and we can start looking for even better contracts. And now we're getting the full amount that we've been promised. I can now instantly meet the next milestone anytime I want by just canceling the marketing campaign. But I don't want to cancel the marketing campaign if I can avoid it. I hate you, Cordelia Curtis. How can you hate a video service that has guinea pig videos? You'd have to be a monster. I am banning her from the website. I can't actually do that, but if I could, I definitely would. Hosting is going pretty well. If anything, we're actually a little bit overpowered. But I'm fine with that. I don't see any need to invest more in that. This is what I was looking for, the venture capital thing here. But you can always buy out an investor, which will then mean more for retirement. But they don't actually take a cut of your profits, I don't believe. If they do, it's certainly not reflected in anything specific. We have a bunch of research just lying around now. I'm going to try something a bit revolutionary. I'm going to jump right to the Qt Framework 2.0. We're going to skip this one, because you don't have to be sequential, right? Because this gives us 6 features, and more features means more better. And with the knowledge we're going to have more features available to us, we need to start adding more content. And that means I need intermediate designer and intermediate lead developer tools. So that's going to be our next big research project. Okay, I'm going to upgrade you. I will pay you more per month, but that's fine. Because now you're going to get better contracts. We're still not breaking the 500,000 threshold consistently. I wonder if we can have more leads now. That would be pretty cool. Because normally you can only store 3, but maybe you can store more now that you're an intermediate employee. I can. Brilliant. Alright. You're doing your thing. No, we can't upgrade again until I max out at level 40 for all of my features. Let's upgrade this by 1, 2, 3, 4. How is the marketing coming? We've reached 4% of my audience. I still can't make a report yet. To find out if we can target to specific groups and then get more efficiency in driving people to the website. Because then our biggest issue is that we have a tiny fraction of the potential users that we could have. We're just not bringing in enough people. I could run a second marketing campaign. That is the thing I could do, but it would also be even more expensive. And we've actually reached the point in the game where I'm probably going to end the series after this episode. And I'm going to explain why. It's because we're at the point where it's just going to be a grind. Getting to 1 million registered users, not 1 million potential, but 1 million registered, which is the next milestone, which we can see if we click on website and we click on venture capital. 1 million registered users is just, it's absurd depending on where we are right now. Like right now, our registered users are only going up by a tiny bit. We need something bigger, something better. And maybe that means investing more in marketing. and hoping that it pays off. What if I double your budget? What if I increase your daily budget to $1,500 a day? That's not double the budget. It is increasing faster, but we're also still losing money. And I really want to try to make sure that we get a better product out here. Now, the other thing we can do for maximum profit, which is a pretty sneaky idea, but I think will work. I'm actually not positive that it will work. Is I think you can actually have 2 text ad features. And that means more revenue because you can have 2 separate contracts. And oh dear. I am spilling water everywhere. Not everywhere. It's actually not that bad. We're going viral. Fantastic. You can have 6 offers. And some of these are awesome. Like this one right here. Mwah. I can almost certainly get that person to give us $7 or more. And I'm going to start rejecting anything under the 500,000 mark. I will be back in just a moment. So, allow me to tell you the story of why I just got up. We drink a lot of bottled water. If I haven't mentioned it before, I live in Texas, and it's pretty hot most of the year. And something, I didn't realize this, but something had happened to my actual bottle of water where the bottom had been dented, and it was actually spilling on my desk, so I just went to clean it up. So, that's what happened. Yeah. Let's increase this by steps of 5. We're almost at the point where we can switch to a new framework. There we go. And we're probably also getting to the point where we need to think about adding another server. Another rack to the server, maybe. I'll reset this, please. There we go. Yeah, we're still... Basically, you want to have... We don't want to get into unstable, because then the site could go down. Yeah, and it gets close to critical at night. Let's switch back to our server, and let's invest a bit more in this. So I need web server, and then I'll need a cache server. And then mass configure. And that should instantly end all of my hosting issues. And yeah, we're back at the point where we're just not getting enough people. So I'm waiting for two things to happen before I end this episode. And honestly, probably end the series. But I will listen if you guys want to see more. The other possibility is I can just play this game on my own until I reach that milestone and then start the series up again. We'll see. Now, here's the big issue. I need to see something really quickly here. I'm only going to get 100 grand for making a profit, and I need 300 grand to get the next level license. So we're probably going to be not running a marketing campaign for a while until I can earn more money. Although, actually, let's switch back. How are we doing impressions-wise after all those upgrades I just made? We are now comfortably over the 500,000 threshold, and we're flirting with 600,000. So maybe it's time to pick up a new contract. I'm going to say don't renew this contract. I'm going to cancel this. And I'm just going to instantly stop both of those. And I'm going to change my filters that the minimum impressions is 500,000. And I'm going to increase the maximum to 700. Because we're reliably hitting close to 600 grand. And I can probably push it a tiny bit with a bit of luck and some careful upgrades. I like jitter, excuse me. But the thing I don't like is it's kind of boring. It's interestingly implemented, but for the most part, it's just not that fun. Because it's almost always just stock price quotes. I think there's a bit more room for more interesting things to happen there. Hosting is going great. We're consistently under 50%. Or close to it. Alright, so our contract is ended. Let's find a new one. And I wasn't paying attention again, but I'm pretty sure we've been hitting 590 pretty regularly. Maybe even 600, but we're going to stick with 590. Yeah. And we're going to go for 10 days. And I'm going to negotiate the shit out of this. Because you watch. I think we've got a pretty fair chance of getting $6 per thousand. Oh yeah, look how much he jumped up there. They really want our business. I'm going to reduce it to 7. Yeah, he's going to give me more than 6. How about 650? 640. Done. And then we're going to cancel all the others. And I'm going to put this on auto renew for a while. Because it's going to take a while before I can get more than 600 grand consistently. And we're now earning $113,000. We're almost to the point where we break even if I keep the marketing campaign. And in fact, watch some magic. Please put it back at 1,000. We just did it. We're now earning money. How much money are we earning? We earn $2,000 a month, which is pretty good actually. And we can really push it over time by simply ending the marketing campaign. And now we get our first investment offer. they're going to give me 80 grand for 5% of the company, which does reduce the amount of money I can retire on. But we also do need some capital, so I'm going to accept this offer. And I can always buy it out later on. Because this gets us ever closer to our goal of getting the 300 grand we need for the next level framework. Up to level 40 there. And I think... How close are we to getting 10%? I think we're good for now. I think we're going to go and end the series now, right here. Because this is going to take a very long time to grind out. We're not even at 200,000 yet. We're not even a fifth of the way there. It's going to take a long time. Do drop a note in the comments if you'd like to see this continue. But until next time, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.